Okay, when I tell people this, sometimes they're quite surprised. And you can tell me how you feel about this. I think that most doctors don't actually want to retire early. They want to actually keep working as long as they can, doing what they love and enjoy and they're passionate about forever, but they just want to do it their way. They want more time with their families. They want more time for things that they want to do and enjoy in life. They might have other passions. They have energy that they want to put somewhere else. And they just want more space to enjoy the life that they've worked so hard to build. In this episode, I want to talk about a concept that I believe in really deeply. It's called gradual retirement, and how building cash flowing assets allows you to just slowly reclaim your time, drop your clinical hours sustainably, and then find your own version of a happy place. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Passive Income MD podcast, where we talk about creating your ideal life through multiple streams of income. If you enjoy hearing about this stuff, make sure to hit subscribe. Now let's get on with the show. Okay, over the last couple of episodes, we've talked about two big ideas. First, we talked about something called the freedom shift, which is when you realize or realizing that you don't have to quit medicine completely to feel free. Second, I talked about why more money isn't the goal. It's all about control over your time. Now, today I want to talk about how those ideas show up in real life. Because once doctors start thinking differently about their time, the next question is almost always, okay, so how do I actually do this without destroying my career, blowing up my career, stopping cold turkey? And that's where gradual retirement comes in. When most people hear the word retirement, they think of like a finish line, somebody just crossing this and then they just collapse and fall. Meaning they have to work hard for decades, just white knuckle it right through the busiest years, then someday just finally fall off a cliff and finally stop. Now, that model might have worked for a previous generation, but I think for most physicians today, that creates anxiety. Like, it's not a good feeling. The idea of grinding and grinding and grinding, and then just one day walking away, that might feel a little scary, both from a financial standpoint, maybe professionally, from an identity standpoint, and even emotionally. I think we all have to agree that medicine is not just a job, it's the biggest part of our identity, or one of the biggest parts of our identity. I mean, how do we introduce ourselves? I mean, most of us just don't go around saying, hi, I'm Dr. This, but people always start to ask, what's your name and what do you do? And we start talking about the fact that we're a doctor or what we do. So when it comes to retirement and living your life, when the only options feel like you're either all in or all out, I think most doctors choose to stay all in, even when it doesn't really feel sustainable. Hey, what's up, everyone? Just want to ask you a quick question. Are you ready to take your medical career beyond the traditional boundaries of medicine and amplify your impact? Well, I want to tell you about the Leverage and Growth Accelerator community. Just so you know, we created this exclusive community just for physicians like you who want to expand their identities without giving up their doctor identities. It's an add-on. It's not a replacement. When we hosted our first Leverage and Growth Summit, I know many of you have been part of that, we realized that so many doctors were inspired by the what and why of entrepreneurship, but needed help with the how and when. And that's why we created this community called the Leverage and Growth Accelerator to help doctors learn how to start, grow, or scale a thriving business and connect with like-minded individuals who also want to make a positive contribution to the world. Within this community, you're going to experience a life of greater fulfillment. It's really a powerful antidote to burnout, where you can leverage your medical degree for new opportunities and take command of your time and schedule so you can invest in your family's future while enjoying today. In the Leverage and Growth Accelerator, you're going to have access to educational materials, you're going to have insights from expert speakers, small group coaching, and most importantly, you're going to have community support to help you realize your untapped potential. And we're so confident in the transformative power of this members-only community that we're offering the first 30 days for free. If you're interested, I want you to take advantage of this. This window of opportunity is not going to last forever. So go now to lgacommunity.com. Again, that's lgacommunity.com. If you're ready to take your medical career to the next level and make a profound impact in the world and do it together with other like-minded people, it's time to join us. We can't wait to see you inside. Now, this concept of gradual retirement is different. It's not about quitting medicine all at once. It's not necessarily about retiring super early either. And it's definitely not about giving up your identity or meaning or purpose right away. It's about intentionally reducing your dependence on your clinical income over time. And you get to design this path where you slowly drop shifts as you go. You can reduce your call, give up weekends, give up extra call, whatever it might be. You can have seasons of work where you work more at some times than at other times. And then you still stay connected to medicine, but on your terms. This is where the goal isn't to stop practicing. The goal is to practice from a place of choice, not of obligation. And doesn't that sound nice to everyone? And for me, this concept of gradual retirement just feels better. It's always felt better because it gives you some room to breathe. Like you don't have to guess what your ideal life will look like all at once. You don't have to get it all figured out right away and try to time it perfectly. You get to experiment a little bit. Maybe you drop a half day here or there, or one shift a month and see how it feels. Maybe you go from working 6 days, which many of you do, to 5 days, or 5 days to 4. Or maybe you take a little bit longer vacation. Instead of making one massive decision where you feel like you can't come back from, you make a series of small, reversible ones. And then that's how I think we find our happy place, not by guessing, but by living into it. Now, here's a key piece, though, that makes gradual retirement possible. Like you can't sustainably drop your clinical hours if your income is 100% tied to you showing up, 100% tied to your time. And that's where this whole concept of passive income or cash flowing assets come in. And I want to be really clear about this. Cash flow isn't about luxury. It's about flexibility. It's about control, like we talked about in the last episode. When you start building income outside of medicine, whether, again, it's through real estate, through businesses, or any other type of investment, something really cool happens. The pressure starts to lighten. It starts to peel off. You're no longer asking, can I afford to say no? Like when you decide not to take a shift, sometimes it feels like you're losing money. But it starts not to feel like that anymore. You start asking yourself, like, what do I actually want to do with this time? What would I rather be doing with my time? What do I actually want my life to look like? Now, cash flow, it doesn't replace meaning. It replaces that urgency that I'm talking about. And urgency is what I feel like keeps so many doctors stuck. And I've seen doctors do this, what I'm talking about here, in all kinds of ways. Some use the cash flow to, again, drop a shift a month. Some use it to eliminate one call or all calls, just like I did. I mean, my goal was when I was creating passive income was to say, hey, I don't want to work Thanksgiving anymore. I want to give that up and feel good about it. Then it became about dropping my night shifts. And as an OB anesthesiologist, I did a lot of nights. So I felt like I would love to drop one shift. And then what would it look like if I dropped all my night shifts? That would be crazy. That would be amazing. That'd be the ideal life. And so that was my ultimate goal. Maybe for you, it's to work part-time where your kids are young. You want to spend more time with them while they're in the house. Maybe you want to take an extended break and then return refreshed. You want to take a longer Christmas break or a longer summer break. Again, there's not just one strategy. It's about that whole concept of having options. When you're not feeling like financially cornered, you can make better decisions about your life. You can show up differently at work and at home. And here's what I know. Your happy place, it's not going to be the same as mine. So I'm no one to tell you exactly what that looks like. And I know that where you're at or where you want to be may not look like the person that's next to you or somebody else at work. That's why I think it's tough that's why I think sometimes with financial advisors or other financial experts, when they try to put you into a box, that's not the truth. Some of us want to work more. Some of us want to work less. Some of us want to work more now and less later. Some want to work less now and more later, or whatever it is. We all have a different idea of where a happy place is. So I believe that success, again, it's not about maximizing income. Don't get stuck in that trap. It's about aligning your work to help you build the life that you actually want. It's just a tool. And that alignment usually happens gradually, not overnight. So I want to leave you with this. You don't need to retire early to win the game here. You don't need to walk away from medicine completely to get your life back. You just need a plan that allows you to reclaim your time in a sustainable way that makes sense for you. And at the end of the day, no one wishes they worked more shifts. I said this last time. They wish they were more present for the people they love, and they wish they had more time to do the things that they were absolutely passionate about. So I believe that gradual retirement, and you can support that by cash flowing assets, which make it possible, gives you the chance to do this and make this happen without burning bridges or burning out. That's the happy place that I think we're all building toward. And I hope if you haven't, that you start on that journey soon, if not today. Have an awesome week. Just know I appreciate you. Let's talk again soon. enjoy the show? Let me know by dropping a review in the podcast app you're listening to us in. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. Join thousands of physicians who are also on this journey to creating their ideal lives through multiple streams of income. Learn more at our website, passiveincomemd.com. Thanks again for allowing me to be a part of your journey. See you next time.